BBR Summer Scramble is back with our last pool game. We are playing against Khaz this time. Winner makes it to brackets. So this is a huge game. Khaz is a great friend of mine. I've known him for God knows how many years at this point. Super excited to play him. We've played quite a few times at this point on bigger stages. We've played in DPL before. We played in a wide variety of different leagues, and this game is no exception in terms of the stakes. The winner, as I said, makes it to the brackets for BBR Summer Scramble. We made it to brackets last year. We really want to make it again this year. If you're excited for probably one of the best games in pools for all of BBR Summer Scramble, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers this year, and every subscription helps a ton towards hitting that goal. So let's talk about my team. Khaz is a very threatening team. He has Terra Raging Bolt, which we played against with Bope in a previous game in pool game number 1, which should have went up a couple weeks ago. He brought Terra Water Bolt, which is very threatening. Terra Poison Bolt was one of the Terra types that we really expected to see, but he elected to go for water. Khaz has got Pokemon like Iron Valiant, very threatening. Slowking Galar, Ting-Lu, he's got Sableye. He's got a bunch of stuff on his team that is very threatening. You'll see that when we get into the battle. Let's take a look at the team that I'm bringing today. I'm bringing Choice Specs, Modest, Latios. Khaz has no real switch in to this Pokemon besides the Ting-Lu, and Ting-Lu's not switching into multiple Draco Meteors, that is for sure. So we're really going to be able to put the stress on him that way. Luster Purge is a really good coverage move in general against his team. And then Shadow Ball just gives me as well coverage that can hit multiple different things in his team. It gets good coverage against the Slowking Galar, and then gives me something that I can click into the Sableye into the late game without having to worry about drops from the Draco Meteor. Our King Gambit this time is Terra Fairy. Terra Fairy is actually really good against Khaz's team. The only thing that really punishes Terra Fairy is if he goes for the Terra Poison on the Raging Bolt. He's got an Orthworm, which can also punish it, can create some very difficult scenarios that way. But overall, Fairy's going to be really good against a Raging Bolt, really good against a Ting-Lu, really good against Iron Valiant probably as well, and a Sableye. So we're going with that this week. SD, Sucker Punch, Kowtow, and Terra Blast. So we need the Lumberry because of that Sableye, though. That's going to be really crucial here to make sure we do not get burned. And then Sucker Punch, Kowtow, and Sword Stance are just generic King Gambit stuff here to deal a lot of damage to this team. We're bringing Sneasler, we're bringing a Poison Touch set. So the reason I'm bringing Poison Touch this week is Khaz has got a lot of different ways that he can probably play around my setup. He's got Sableye, which is the primary thing. I can't really set up at all into Sableye. And he can really just preserve Sableye for as long as possible in this matchup. So we're going for a little bit of this kind of middling set where we're using Expert Belt to net extra damage on stuff like Slowking Galar, helps confirm some KOs against the Iron Valiant, and then gives our U-turn in close combat extra damage against Ting-Lu, and then the Orthworm. So this is really just kind of a really fast threat. It's the fastest Pokemon in the matchup, which means we can kind of narrow Khaz's range of Choice Scarfers down to Pokemon like Iron Valiant, basically, is what the most likely Choice Scarfer to be here in this matchup. So Expert Belt just really helps out, specifically with the calcs on those Slowking Galar, so we don't have to run Fling, Big Nugget, and we can run stuff like Poison Touch and then have more consistent counterplay into that Slowking Galar. Terra Water Raging Bolt, as I said, that's what Bope brought against me with his set for Raging Bolt. This set is really designed to take advantage of the Terra Water Raging Bolt here. So we have Wakanberry, Aqua Jet, Liquidation, Play Rough, and Knockoff. The reason this can take advantage of Terra Water is we get multiple Play Roughs off. If he tries to set up on me, if he tries to come in on me, Wakanberry kind of takes that away, and then I can just attack through it and push damage through. Now this is more of a soft answer to it more than anything else. This is not really going to be able to hard counter that, but we need multiple tools at our disposal to be able to keep Raging Bolt at bay, because this team is really weak to Raging Bolt in particular. We have AV Scizor. This is another way to really pressure stuff like the Scizor. U-turn and Bullet Punch and Knockoff are just also really just good options to have on a team in this matchup. We're AV because it allows us to switch into specially based Iron Valiants. Khaz is always going to have Fire Punch in this matchup, though. We're always going to be able to live one given the spread that we're bringing if he is the special set with no investment on the Fire Punch. Fire Punch really difficult for him to invest into because I can have such a range of Scizor sets that makes it really hard for him to like pinpoint specifically what I want to do. And then we have Trailblaze because that hits water Raging Bolt in particular, which was something that, as I said, Boat brought, and it's going to be important to have coverage for that. It also hits the Quackaball, which is not something we really covered, but the next Pokemon we have is a really, really interesting way to play around that. We have Curse, Stealth Rock, Earth Power, Psychic, Palisand with Custap Berry. One of the things that's nice about Custap Berry, and I've kind of talked to other people about this when using this item, is Custap Berry is really good when you're not telegraphing it with something like Endure, for example. So in this case, we're using the Water Compaction ability to guarantee ourselves into Custap range against all Quackaball sets. I guess not Adamant Choice Band, though Adamant Choice Band we can then play around with something like the Azumarill, for example, after the fact. So all Jolly and Adamant Quackaballs put this into Custap range after Water Compaction in 2 hits, allowing us to use Psychic to kill that Pokemon. Also creates a scenario where we can use this to bait the Iron Valiant as well. So we're really just kind of leveraging our set here to be able to use Custap Berry to either trade for Quackaball immediately, one of Khaz's biggest threats, or Iron Valiant, which if we can remove Iron Valiant early, simplifies this game so much. We have Curse as well here. Curse is really nice because with the Custap Berry, if you start setting it with Raging Bolt, it starts getting a little out of hand. If it's not water, if it's something like Poison, for example, we can go for the Curse, put the Curse on the Raging Bolt, start chipping it down and preventing setup Raging Bolt from really taking advantage of us. And then there's their Stealth Rocker this week. Stealth Rocks is kind of nice in this matchup. And, you know, Khaz got the Iron Valiant, he's got the Quackaball, he's got the Orthworm, he's got a lot of things that are going to be necessarily not worried with the Stealth Rocks. And then something like Slowking Galar, one of his main defensive Pokemon, is going to have Regenerator to regen that health back. So nice to have Stealth Rocks on the team, but not the biggest priority in terms of getting them up this week. That is the team for the battle. As I said, I'm super excited for this game. This should be one of the best games in pools in BBR Scramble, so you're definitely going to want to watch it. Check out Khaz's perspective in the description down below in his channel. Yeah, that's all I got for the intro. Let's get right into it. All right, we're in the battle against Khaz. He's got no Quackaball, which kind of lowers a little bit of the utility of the Palisand that we kind of cooked up in the lab a little bit. He is Terra Poison on Raging Bolt, which is good. That gives my Palisand kind of maximum utility in this matchup. So what I want to do is lead this Pokemon off to get up my Stealth Rocks. I think Stealth Rocks are going to be pretty important here to put a lot of pressure on his team. Let's just leave Palisand and just get our Stealth Rocks up. If he tries to get aggressive and lead with the Iron Valiant, then we have access to Custap Berry to put pressure on that. And we have this for Terra Poison, Raging Bolt as well. We have Curse for that specific thing. So a lot of things kind of in our bag to hopefully beat Khaz. So good luck, have fun to Khaz. I've had a rough couple of games here. So this is a good lead for me, actually. I'll take this. I'll take this every day of the week. This is a very, very free Earth Power into this team. I can just get up my rocks as well. I don't mind just going for the Earth Power here, to be honest. So I think with this turn, what I want to do is just go for the Earth Power. There's not really, you know, he has like a few options that he can go into on this Earth Power, but I think he might just predict me to get up my rocks, and he's going to go for the Terra here on the first turn of asking. So if I'm able to get some decent damage off with an Earth Power, then I will take that every day of the week against Raging Bolt. This should do, you know, a little bit over half. He is just going to set up the Calm Mind. I'll take that. Hey, I'll take that. I can just drop a Curse on this thing right away. I can also see how much damage this is doing. Yeah, that's doing about... Problem is Dragon Pulse is fucking killing now at +1. To this set. I maybe should have just cursed off rip. But this is now in range of Lottie anyway, which I'm perfectly okay with. So I'm just going to go for... I got to see what he wants to do. That Earth Power chip is obviously nice. I'm just throw up a Curse here. See if he just wants to CM again. He might take this as an opportunity to CM instead of going for the Dragon Pulse. Because at this point, like, you know, I can just bring up my Latios. And Latios should be able to... He's just going to withdraw. Wow, okay. Scared of this. I got a Curse on something, which is... I guess a Curse on this is actually okay. This is a little bit of a problem. This is a little bit of a problem. I lose a lot of HP here, which is not great. I still have access to this. I'm even HP. Wow, what a throw. Dude, I cannot believe I have even HP. After giving myself so much shit for doing it all the time and making it such a focal point on my commentary sometimes. At this point, I expect either... I think he's just going to hazard or switch out. I think is kind of like the most reasonable options that he has here. So I think what I want to do, this Wakamberry is unfortunately not going to really work well here because he is poison. I was kind of having this for water. But we're just going to go into Cuddy. Shout out Cuddy for shout out Cuddy in House. We're watching House in Goons right now, so I had to rock the House nicknames. And let's see what this double is. Into Orthworm. Hey, I'll take an Orthworm. It's going to be really difficult for Khaz to stay in here on this Orthworm because I could very well just have Superpower here. And Superpower would be really difficult to click. And I think Sableye is such a free move here, or Pokemon for Khaz to go into here, that I can just go, honestly just go for the U-turn. Just keep it simple here. Don't really need to get too creative with this turn. I think he's going to kind of, play into that. I don't think he's going to play into this. So we know the Raging Bolt right now is going to be a more bulky CM variant here. And that's all we really know, is it's CM. But we know that, like, what's interesting about his set is he doesn't really have a lot for Palisand, it looks like. Which is going to be really crucial to know in this game. So my guess is he's probably Calm Mind, Thunderclap, Thunderbolt, and Terra Blast. And he's going to switch. Okay, so we're probably going to get a U-turn on the Sableye here. Is my guess here. He's just going to go into Raging Bolt. Okay. This should be a free Lati. This is the freest Lati turn of my life right here. Yeah, this is the freest Latios turn of my life. I might as well take it while I have the opportunity here. There's no sets that could, in theory, outspeed me. Timid max speed, yeah, can outspeed me. I'm very bulky on this, so we're just gonna go here. Khaz does have the opportunity to go into Tinglu. There's kind of a wide variety of options that Khaz has on this turn. I think I want to just flip turn. If he goes into Iron Valley, it covers all that he wants to go into, is what I'm trying to tell you here at this spot. And I don't think Khaz is going to want to get rid of this Pokemon just yet. And I really want to take advantage of this Tinglu here and start Dire Clawing. Start Dire Clawing with my Sneasler if he gives me an opportunity to. Draco's a really tough move for him to switch into. And I kind of think he goes... Oh, he stays in. Wow, interesting. I guess he was just sacking this off. So I guess over-aggressive on my part. Question here is, does he just Dragon move or does he go for the... what's it called? So it's Dragon Move or Dragon Pulse here. I'm going to sack this off, I guess. Khaz kind of catching me on overplay there a little bit. I should be able to, if I look at my Palisand, do I get into Custap range here? I have a chance. I might as well go into this. If I get my Custap off, I got my Custap off, which is kind of nice. I get some utility out of this Pokemon. He's just going to Dragon Pulse. Do I live here? I'm not expecting to live, but yeah, that's unfortunate. Really should have just killed that Pokemon then. Didn't really think Khaz was going to stay in that scenario. But it is what it is. We'll have to just go back into this now. I mean, this feels super bad to have this happen and have to just go like right back into it. Khaz kind of in my head a little bit early there, and I think I'm just going to Draco here on this turn. Obviously, he can switch out on this turn, so good sequence by him there to kind of get me on these first couple of turns. But we'll see what he goes into. He just goes to the Tinglu. I'll take a Draco on this. The Specs Draco is going to give me massive damage on this early, which I'll take every single time. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Dude, here comes the boom. Call me fucking the Rizzler, because that just fucking... that shit just dropped. Alright, it looks to not be... I mean, I just dropped another Draco now. Problem is he goes Valiant here, and Valiant's really problematic, because he knows that it's Specs. So I think I just double out into my Azumarill here, just to protect against Iron Valiant, specifically. So we're just going to go do that. It covers him staying in here, and it covers the Iron Valiant switch, which is important. I do have my Wakamberry, which will be potentially useful here, depending on what type of set he is. And he's just going to Earthquake. Wow, just giving this up. Or Khaz, he must just be in my head right now. Damn. I did not expect him to give this up. I guess, sacking this gives free Iron Valiant anyway, so, I mean, it makes sense for that specific situation. At this point, Liquidation or Play Rough, I guess, doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go for the Liquidation and get as much damage off as possible that I can. Despite the fact that we've kind of gotten outplayed a little bit on some of these turns, some good things have kind of gone our way. Tinglu is pretty low without getting hazards up. Oh, this thing is just fucking faster. How much speed does he need for that? Damn, okay. Not a lot, actually. Yeah, okay. So he's running min speed for that. That's a classic Khaz build kind of moment. Probably should have thought about that. So he's probably, what, 137 speed. He could be like into the 138s here. I mean, I could just go Scizor, no? Scizor probably should kill here with the U-turn. It's probably bold. U-turn should always kill here from my Scizor. So I'm just going to go into Scizor and go for the U-turn. As I said, Khaz is kind of getting me on some of these plays here, unfortunately, off the hop. Would have really liked to have just caught that Raging Bolt, but we'll go for the U-turn here. Hopefully just pick up this Tinglu. At worst, we get a switch into something else. But as I said, we're starting to open things up on Khaz's team here. One thing we need to do is break down that Slowking Galar. We haven't done anything to break down Slowking Galar at this point, which is going to start to become one of the main problems in this matchup. So that's another Pokemon weakened and kind of out of the picture a little bit. He goes into Gummo. That is the Raging Bolt here. We get a little bit more chip. We keep that chip up. And at this point, I mean, I keep having to go. I'm just going to go into... I'm going to go into this. I could Shadow Ball here. Shadow Ball protects against... so if he's Booster Iron Valiant, I'm in a little bit of a problematic position. But if I go Sneasler on... The problem is this is starting to be really kind of an awkward position here, because of the fact that he's really trying to position that Iron Valiant to come in here kind of at the earliest possible convenience, which is not helping. I mean, I have to go this, I think. It's just going to be my play here. I think I have to accept him going into Tinglu here, and I have to go for Specs. Moonblast doesn't kill. You have to Thunderclap here to set up a kill with Moonblast. Spirit Break would kill, though. But if it's Spirit Break, I think I'm okay with that. So I think what I want to do is just Lesser Purge here. Actually, no, Drop a Draco is probably safest. What's a safer play here? Draco gives... I mean, it's free turn anyway for Lottie, so I'd rather just drop a Draco and catch the Tinglu if it comes in. If he goes hard Lottie here, he's our Iron Valiant, he's unbelievable here. But that's just going to be the Tinglu. So we're going to pick up a Tinglu here early with this drop a Draco. And this is going to give him free turn for Iron Valiant, which is not good. This is not good by any means here. We're going to have to really rely on Scizor here to kind of put pressure on this. Yeah, this is definitely Iron Valiant if I've ever seen one. In comes a booster. No booster. Okay. No booster is interesting. So what type of choice set, if I'm Khaz, would I be running here? It could be, he could just be bringing this into Fairy Move. This thing gets Fire Punch, right? So I can't go straight into this right now. I can go hard. If I go hard Sneasler, that'd be fucking insane. But I should live a Fire Punch here. Let me think. How do I win? SD Scizor is a good way to win. I mean, I kind of have to go into something, and it's going to have to be Scizor. I'm going to have to bank on the fact that he's not Fire Punching on this specific turn. And if he's not, then I'm okay. If he is, then I'm okay with that. That's kind of where I have to play here to this point. Would have been nice to have Palisand here to just like play a free switch. The Fire Punch, yeah. I mean, it was kind of obvious. I could have gone Sneasler here. But, I don't think that is a winning play a lot of the time, unfortunately. Now, I think at this point he has to switch. I don't see a world where he just lets this take a Bullet Punch and puts it into Sneasler range. So I think I can take this opportunity. Honestly, Bullet Punch, I mean, is a knockoff really helping? He just goes Raging Bolt. I get into this situation where I can spam Luster Purge at this point. I think I'm just going to knock off here. I don't actually think he's going to give me Bullet Punch damage. Perfect. We'll take that turn here, and we save Bullet Punch in the back with his Pokemon, unless he's got Rocky Helmet. And if he's got Rocky Helmet, he's got me. But we'll take a nice little knockoff here on the Orthworm. Not dealing any damage. He's got the Rocky Helmet, unfortunately. So good turn for Khaz there. And we're starting to run out of options quick here in this battle to really break through Khaz's team. Now, Orthworm does give me an opportunity to get my Sneasler in. Close Combat's not really killing the Impish set, but I think he might, I think I'm going to go into it. I mean, if he's not the exact Impish set, if he's the exact Impish set, I have a chance to kill here after the knockoff. Yeah, like looking at knockup damage, I actually have a decent chance to kill this anyway. I have like a half chance to kill this anyway. I could expect him to switch. I could Throat Chop first, because Throat Chop covers the, what's it called? The Slowking Galar, because I don't have a great way to pivot into that. I could just U-turn. U-turn, once again, still extremely passive way to play this. But if it's ground move from Orthworm, then that gives me a really good switch into Lottie. So I think I just go for the U-turn, kind of just allowing him to switch this out and get me a better position, because I expect the Slowking to come in here. I could have double Throat Chopped. Oh, it's this. All right, this is potentially a really good sequence for me to crit, probably. And a Poison Touch. Hey, shut up, Poison Touch. Poison Touch. Fucking Poison Touch. Everything's fucking Rocky Helmet on this team, Khaz. God damn it. But against Sableye, I think I can just go Terra. I just go to King Gamut and just go for a Terra Blast here. Terra Blast is super free. This obviously screams Lumberry. But I mean, I don't think I'm going to make a different type of play here. At this point, I don't think there's a reason for me to go for like an SD or anything at this spot. I could just go for, given the damage that he's at, can I Kowtow here? I think I can just stay in normal form and Kowtow, honestly. I can preserve the fairy form, because what that does is makes it, you know, a little bit of a 50-50 on the Slowking. We expect him to go for the burn anyway, so I'm just going to stay in this form and Kowtow. And he's going to switch. If he goes into something like Slowking, that's a crazy good turn for me. I'll take that every day of the week. He's just going to go into this, so I'll take a free Kowtow here. That looks to be a 2-hit KO. It's probably a 2-hit KO here, actually. I think I'm going to take my 2-hit KO here. I think I'm just going to take my 2-hit KO. He could go into something else. Like, he could go back into Sableye. He could go into Sack Raging Bolt. I mean, there's kind of a lot of options. He doesn't have a lot of good switch-ins to this Pokemon at this point. So I think our best bet here is really leveraging our King Gamut to open up this game. Given the fact that he's physical, we also get a really... Oh, he's faster. But the fact that we're in this typing still is super perfect for me. That's why you got to play the game. Don't Terra. Preserve that Fairy Terra for later into the game. And that's why this King Gambit is so effective. Is just being able to play these kind of games where you don't have to reveal your Terra super early. And now this game's really starting to open up for me. I've been able to break through the Tinglu and the Orthworm. He's got a really hard play here. Iron Valiant's really tough to go into. He can go into Slowking Galar. If he goes Slowking Galar, I honestly just stay in, I think. His Raging Bolt probably doesn't have... It's probably Electric, Dragon, and Poison coverage, so he's kind of in a tough spot with Terra Fairy, honestly. Maybe I could have gotten... If I got an SD up on the Sableye, or on the Sableye turn, I think I had a good chance to win, but I think that's just not a winning play. It's if he goes for the double burn, then I'm in just such a horrible spot. But at this point, I think King Gamut kind of opens up the rest of this for me, which I really, really need right now. I don't know what he goes into. Probably Slowking. What's a Slowking? He goes into this. So there's one roll of modest max attack that kills with Thunderbolt on this turn. He could just Thunderclap me. My speed... Am I covering? I'm not covering min speed. So I think I kind of just attack here. I think my play is to honestly just attack with Kowtow. Only one roll of this Thunderbolt kills. Is there Dragon? I think I just Kowtow here, to be honest with you. I think it's my safest play. Dragon Pulse, we live that every time. Perfect. And then we just pick this Pokemon off too. This probably puts it in range of the Iron Valiant. Like if I go for the Sucker there, yeah, Sucker would have been nice to click there, but that's such a hard click to make, I think, on that turn. And like we're really opening up this game. I need to see what the Iron Valiant calcs are. That's going to really determine a lot of what's going to happen here. Is what this Iron Valiant calc looks like. Moonblast kills from here, guaranteed. So I probably just Sucker. Sucker's doing shit all though, so I probably just save this. Billy comes out. All right, what's the Flamethrower calc? This is kind of as like straight of a 50-50 as it kind of comes to, because this this doesn't have speed, right? I mean, he's got to be Colbert, right? There's the only explanation to do this is if you're Colbert Berry. And the question is how much does Flamethrower do? Flamethrower kills, so this is just a straight 50-50. I haven't Terra'd yet. Flamethrower, how much does this do to the Terraform? It does not kill. So I think at this point, let's throw up the Terra and just go for the Kowtow here. Kowtow should kill, and this plays around. I mean, if he I think it's hard for him to Sludge Bomb here. So I'm gonna Terra up, go for the Kowtow, hope he flamethrowers, and then we're in a really good spot. We've broken through this. We've chipped the what's it called, the Sableye into pretty decent range too. And if he's Colbur, he's Colbur. Like I mean, I'm just not playing around Colbur right now. There's no need to. He's faster. Fire Blast, I should live this. I do. Perfect. Don't burn. And he is Colbur, so he's faster Colbur. Okay, good to note. This should do a lot. Yeah, that puts it in range. Now, I mean, my play is to sucker here always. I guess like there's no way he switches out, right? Fuck, I gotta think about that. Do you ever switch out on this specific sequence? I think I sucker here, to be honest. If he goes Iron Valiant, he goes Iron Valiant. I don't think he ever risks Iron Valiant. That would be insane to do. I'm gonna sucker here. If he goes Iron Valiant, then he's him. Then I'll let him be the best player in the world to do that. Wow, if he goes Iron Valiant, he's so crazy for that. That's a fucking unbelievable play. No, he goes into this, right? Yeah, he goes into Sableye. That would have been an unfucking believable play if he went that. If I Terra Blast, that would have been a great play. In that spot, does Sableye outspeed me is the question here. Do I need to preserve this Pokemon at all? I mean, he could have a lot of speed to outspeed me, but I have a decent amount of speed, so he might not be able to target me. And Terra Blast doesn't hit the thing. Alright, he Will-O-Wisps into my Lumberry, which is huge, so I get a Terra Blast off on this. And Lottie looks like it wins here, honestly. Lottie looks like it wins. Does Lottie actually just win from this spot? This has been an unbelievable game. The fans are getting their money's worth today. I'll say that much for free. Question is do I need any chip with... I don't need any chip with Lottie here. The problem is the Lottie Spirit Break calc is... hold on, let me think. I mean, if he's Fire Punch Special, I have a chance to be fine. Considering the fact that I lived. Do I know what this set is based on the fact that I lived with? I think I'm pretty sure that he's special with Fire Punch here. The calc doesn't matter here. It does a million. I'll just Terra Blast in case he ends this game. Moonblast. Okay, he's Moonblast, so we live. We live with our Latios here. He needs Moonblast. I mean, if he specs Moonblast, he specs Moonblast, but we have to take that risk, I think, at this point, right? Have we left ourselves any other option? We've not really left ourselves another option at this point. If he specs Moonblast, he specs Moonblast and we lose, but because Scizor never kills here. Yeah, like Scizor never actually kills here. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. You're either specs or you're not, Khaz. You're either specs or you're not with this. That's the win con here. That's the win con. You gotta be specs. Why am I mild on... Oh my god, I'm mild. No wonder I'm taking so much damage. I'm fucking mild Latios, dude. That's so bad. Oh my god. The fact that he's thinking means he can't be specs, no? Oh, he might be playing... Oh, he might be thinking about Barry? Is he Super Mix and has knockoff? Come on, live this, live this, live this. No! Oh, he is specs. Fuck. Oh, what a game. Damn. What a game of Pokemon that is. Did I miss? Should I have Sucker Punch there? Did I miss out an opportunity to Sucker Punch? I still have Sneasler. Sneasler can kind of ball out here. I honestly kind of forgot I had this Pokemon. To be honest with you, I should be. I mean, this thing outspeeds, right? Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm Dire Clawing here. There's kind of no other play here. At this point, I thought I had no more Pokemon. I can't believe I still have this. This is crazy. Dire Claw kills. Dire Claw into... I mean, Throat Chop is always killing. I'm just Dire Clawing here. Oh, he's Scarf? He's Modest Scarf? I live! Let's go! Let's go. Oh my god, are we going to win this? No way we win this, right? Throat Chop kills, right? Throat Chop kills. It has to kill into the Slowking, right? It's got no more Colbur. Oh, but this is sassy though. Fuck. What are the calcs? I don't have Fling Big and Nugget though. On Throat Chop, shit. This is probably not killing. This is not a good roll for me. Let's go for it. Come on, kill. No! Fuck, 1 HP. And he's got the Ice Beam. The Ice Beam BM is crazy. Damn, what a game. Oh my lord. What a game of Pokemon that was. Choice, that was Modest Scarf then, yeah, that's how it killed. What's a Modest Scarf calc on Latios? Oh, if I was playing Big Nugget, the game was over there, but I was Throat Chop, I was Throat Chop Expert Belt. Wow, what a game of Pokemon. Yeah, Modest was always a good kill from there. Well, that was the end of our BBR Scramble run, unfortunately, but you know what a good game to end it off on for the fans. I think we could have made some different plays to make that a little bit closer, but alas, at the end of the day, I think we played well. We're out, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what we do on the channel. We got our next league starts in November, so a lot of other content coming your way before we get there. So we'll see you guys next time, and as always, have a wonderful day.